I'll edit this out if it's not already gone live, but just seeing some dropped frames. But hello everybody. Anyway, let me try and start that again. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Again, it's a Christmas miracle. 5 days to go until Christmas, and it does seem as though we have got an early Christmas present, as it looks as though that the Manchester 2 or the Manchester Airport 2 have finally been charged, which means that the job that not just we're doing around here, but other people with social media presence, you guys who watch and view this sort of stuff, have put pressure onto the authorities and are actually making things happen, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic to see. So, yes, as stated, let's get into the story. The Manchester 2 have been charged, and better to the fact, the police that were a part of it as well have not been charged. So, things are starting to maybe look and make a little bit of sense. But let's get into the full story. So, as stated, guys, the Manchester 2 have been charged. If you go all the way back to July, yes, this story's been rumbling on now since July. The two men have been charged after allegedly assaulting police officers during an incident at Manchester Airport in July. Mohammed Amaz, who's 20 years old, has been charged with 2 offences of casually actual bodily harm, 1 charge of assaulting an emergency worker, and 1 charge of common assault. Mohammed Ahmad, 25, was also charged with causing actual bodily harm, the Crown Prosecution Service have said. The CPS separately confirmed that after careful consideration, no police officers will be charged following the incident. The CPS Special Crime and Counter-Terrorism Chief Frank Ferguson said he acknowledged that the strength of feeling around the incident was high and there was no realistic prospect of conviction of any Greater Manchester police officers involved. In a statement released today, Ferguson said, following our review of an incident at Manchester Airport in July 2024, the Crown Prosecution Service has today issued charges against 2 individuals. This was a high-profile incident that attracted significant public interest and media coverage at the time, and we have worked closely from the outset with investigators from the Independent Officer of Police Conduct and Greater Manchester Police. We have reviewed all the available evidence, including witness statements, video footage, expert reports, and other material related to police use of force to make an independent and objective assessment about whether it was appropriate to present charges for the court to consider. Based on actual consideration of this evidence, and we have concluded that the 2 men should be charged with offences including assaults on police officers. We have concluded no charges should be brought against any officers. We examined potential offences of actual bodily harm and common assault and reviewed expert evidence in the form of an independent report from an expert in the use of police force to inform the decision. We always ensure police training is also taken into account in the context of these decisions, and in this case the combination of evidence and the expert opinion meant there was no realistic prospect of conviction. We acknowledge that in this case, as in any other, high and strength of feeling has been high. Our specially trained prosecutors are often at the forefront of dealing with high-profile cases subject to intense public and media scrutiny, and will always make independent and objective decisions based on all available evidence. The Crown Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and each of the defendants has the right to fair trial. It is extremely important that there be no reporting, commentary or sharing information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings. Amaz and Ahmad will appear at Liverpool Magistrates Court on Thursday, January 16th next year, CPS have said. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a Christmas miracle as we have just stated. Again, this one kind of looked like it had just been buried for a long time and we've not really heard anything about it. Obviously Nigel Farage, I think he came out literally 2-3 weeks ago and stated that he was kind of going into a private investigation, so whether that has anything to do with that, I don't know. But said they were doing a private investigation into the matter, and we've heard Nigel Farage come out and speak about this a lot, and you know, he has a lot more inside knowledge than we do in these sort of cases, as he's kind of came out many times and said, but he was very passionate on this subject. And again, big shout out to all of you guys that watch these kind of videos. Again, I'm not saying that British Stan takes any claim or pride, but all of the guys on YouTube, X accounts, just you guys are part of this community, or community that there is on social media, have been making your voices heard, sharing footage, sharing things, causing noise, making noise around these things so they don't no longer bury these stories. And again, to be fair, January is going to be a very, very busy time because this one is on January 16th. The trial is taking place. Obviously on January 20th, of course, Trump's inauguration. And then there's, of course, the situation with regards to the Labour MP, the Southport killer. You've got another one that's also happening then as well, another high-profile case. So a lot of stuff is actually happening on the 16th to the 20th of January, but this one comes on the 16th, which is a bit of a revelation, I suppose, and is a Christmas miracle. More to the fact as well, there was a lot of people trying to push the police to be getting charged as well for just doing their job, and it's good that we're actually in a world or in a place, again, there's so much stuff that doesn't make sense in this country, but it's good to see that actually the police will not be getting charged for what they did. So, as I said, there is some sense to this story, there is some sense to this matter, and thankfully, justice, whilst it may be late, is hopefully going to be served, and these two will be jailed. Again, assault on a police officer and all that good stuff. But as I read there in the report, I don't think we can talk about it too much on this channel. Of course, we're just discussing the stuff that's already out there in the public domain. We just spoke about the situation, just spoke about everything that has already been revealed to us. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, be a little bit patient, and in less than a month we'll maybe find out what's going to happen to the pair. Again, if you get 2 to 3 years for hearty words on Facebook, then you could probably imagine assaulting a police officer is going to be a lot more worse in terms of how long you're going to be serving behind bars. Or is it? We've seen plenty of stories. We've seen an assault, throwing milkshake on Nigel Farage. We've seen, of course, Tommy Robinson. We've seen other people Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is a part of the people that haven't, but we've seen someone throw a milkshake. We've, of course, seen Hugh Edwards, of course, avoid jail. So, yeah, whilst Tommy Robinson, people like Peter Lynch got jailed for far less serious consequences. So, yeah, it's a Christmas miracle, an early Christmas present for you all, but we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. But that's the latest that we've got. The two at the Manchester airport from July have been charged, and it does seem as though that the police have not been charged, which is excellent, excellent news. And a bit of positivity here on this channel, which is a change. Again, I don't usually hear smiling about stuff and reporting on good stuff, but again, credit where credit's due. The two have been charged, and that's a forward step. And guys, keep on supporting, keep on getting your voices out there. As I said, it's nothing to do with me or British Dan, nothing to do with that, but I'm just saying people that are in this space, you guys that watch people's videos, you guys that share posts, you guys that make your voices heard, again, away from this channel, but on other channels, on Twitter, X, Facebook, the lot, you guys are a big reason as to probably why there's been pressure cranked up, and that's absolutely amazing to see. And hopefully as a community of, if you want to call us, whatever you want to call us, on the thing that oppose these sort of crazy ideologies in this country, we need to continue calling stuff out. And as I said, hopefully that's a step in the right direction. So yeah, guys, let's take a look at some comments. Better be jail time, at least 8 years for the assault on our police, says Sheila. Brian says definitely a prison sentence. They were very dangerous, especially in an airport. Steve says 5 years minimum. About time. Charged with what? That's the question. I think it was actual bodily harm was one of them, and assault on a police officer. So those were the charges that were put in place. So we'll have to wait and see what comes of that. What else is someone saying? What about the third assailant and their mother, who also joins in the again, that's not already out in the public domain at this moment in time. If that photo does not put you off, sometimes, guys, you can't trick me in the comments. I can't repeat that sort of stuff on YouTube. From July, disgraceful. I know. And whilst it has been a very, very long time, and it's been a long time coming, I suppose at least it's actually happened. So again, it's late, but at least it's been done, and we'll have to find out on the 16th of December with what actually happens with regards to this situation. But guys, thank you for tuning in today's breaking live stream. Sorry for a bit of the kerfuffle at the start. I'll try and edit that out. But guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more sort of live breaking news and stuff that's happening around